Hey, Thomas Tapp here, and in this video I'm going to give you specific exercises that you can do to develop your parkour skills with no obstacles, with no training area. All you need is flat ground. So if you can find just a flat surface, then you're good to go for this training drill. So if you take a look down here, you're going to see some awesome duct tape put on the ground into a grid. Now this is the key for really developing your parkour skill as far as precisions, kongs, and things like this on flat ground. And the beauty about this is we can train specific techniques and really dial them down very safely. So that's why this is very important, especially for just beginning. If you're just starting off, I recommend trying to do as much flat ground work as you can, just because it's so much safer and you can really dial in the technique. Now you don't have to use duct tape like this. It's just easier for me and probably really easy for you to find. But I know when I first started, me and Jonathan used shoes a lot. So these are just different ways to really drill precisions and techniques. So if you have shoes here, you pretty much imagine a line here, you can work on jumping over it or precisioning to the shoes and things like this. And I'll explain more as we go along. But these are the kind of tricks that we like to use at the beginning because we can take away a lot of the fear and really dial on that technique. This first exercise is going to be one to really develop your Kong vault. Now the Kong vault's one of the scariest vaults that we're going to learn, specifically clipping when we go over an obstacle. So what this does, it takes away all that fear of clipping, and that way we can really dial in at a ground level. Now what we're going to do is really just focus on getting our hips up and having good form with our arms. So keeping the arms straight, joints stacked, and what we're going to do is just try to carry our feet as close to our hands, here. Now for some of this, might be just here. That's okay. Just work on that until you can get to here. Keep on drilling that. And every time we do this, I want you to really focus on moving the hips very slow and controlled. This way we can really develop the abs and the core to be strong. So what we want to do is go nice and slow and controlled. You don't want to slam your feet onto the ground for this. And then once we get comfortable with carrying our feet to our hands, then we're going to work on really performing the Kong. So this time, we're going to really launch with our fingertips and try to carry our feet past our hands. So that way you can really imagine that this is a rail here, or a ledge, and we're going to try to carry our feet past that obstacle, like so. Because once we can do that, once you can clear a ledge on the ground like this, or a little marker on the ground, then going up a little bit higher, waist level, is going to be a lot easier. So that's why it's really good to really drill it at a ground level. Because once you can clear here, you know you're good for higher obstacles. So that's a really good exercise for developing your Kongs. You can also develop your double Kong. So I made 2 lines here. At first, you can just get used to putting your hands on the ground twice. Because with the double Kong, we're going to be diving out, doing a Kong and then another Kong. So our hands are going to hit twice. So this is what we really want to focus on when we're doing this drill, is really working on getting the coordination with our arms and our body for that double Kong motion. So in this case, got 2 lines here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start from here and work on hitting and then going into it. So again, this is another great way to really get comfortable with the double Kong before you take it to a higher level. And this isn't, you shouldn't expect to be able to do an all-out double Kong and dive out. This is more just to really work on the hand coordination and getting used to hitting your hands on the ground twice or on a ledge twice and having some of that accuracy. Okay, so we got the Kongs, we can work on that. Now we're going to take it to precisions. And I did this for years, me and my brother did, because we didn't have many obstacles to train on, so we just dial in our precisions time after time, just in our room or in our backyard, using drills like this. So we just get a couple lines, and it's just a lot of fun to practice. So you're just going to jump from line to line and really try to stick it, work on that form and technique. And then what's great about, if you have duct tape, if you feel like this is a little too easy, you can make it longer, so you can go further with it and work on drilling. And just a fantastic way to always have your precisions on lock and do it in a safe way. Then you can also do stride precisions. So you can run and go 1 foot over. That was really crappy, by the way. I'm gonna shoot out the window. But you can work on really just dialing these in. And then going to apply precisions. And you can work on this pretty much all day and really dial in that technique. Then another fantastic exercise or parkour exercise we do on Flatground is working on our parkour roll. Now, you probably know by now how important it is that we learn this roll and we get it down solid. So this is a great one we need to practice. And an easy way to really get this down good is if you lay a line straight down. So that way you can really judge if your roll is going straight, where your feet are landing, because ultimately we want to be able to roll pretty much in a straight line, or at least have control to be able to do that. So you can start from here, down low, and just put the arms to the side and go into that roll. Up. And then going back the other direction. And of course, work on both sides. So I went with my right side on that one, now I'm going to go on my left side. Land back up. And really try to stay in that line. So you can tell, like, if I roll this way, oh, I'm way off here. Probably need to angle it more. This is a really great exercise to really fine-tune that roll. And then with a grid like this, you can lay down some lines and mix all those exercises up together for different drills or exercises. So you can do precision, turn, roll, up, and then Kong ball, or Kong, turn, and really just have fun with it. You can mix all of it together, come up with different combinations, and get a pretty damn good workout if you do all this together. So what I want you to do, especially if you're a person who doesn't have spots to train, start using a grid system like this and start training those basics. So as always, train safe and make sure to subscribe. Stay tuned for next week because Johnson's going to be sharing with us his favorite exercises for developing a six-pack and most importantly, developing an athletic core. So if you're doing crunches right now in your workout, you're definitely going to want to watch this next video.